I'm terrisavellefoy, your cheerleader of dreams. And today I'm so excited because we're talking about something I wish someone had sat me down and told me back in my 20s. 20 truths I wish I knew in my 20s. If you're in your 20s, listen up. If you're not, don't worry because these truths are powerful at any age. So grab your notebook and let's dive in. Oh, and I know it's a lot to cover, so here's your free download to go with the podcast, 20 Truths I Wish I Knew in My 20s. Just click the link in the description and get this free, simple, motivational checklist of all 20 truths so you can track, apply, and live these principles in your own life. Okay, truth number 1, your repetition is your reputation. Your daily routine will either lead you to your dream life or keep you stuck. Nobody wakes up one morning ripped in tone because they worked out once. And nobody wakes up out of shape from missing one workout. It's what you do daily or don't do that shapes your whole life. It shows up in the mirror, right? So your reflection tomorrow is built by your habits today. The secret of your future is hidden in your daily routine. Truth number 2, the way you do anything is the way you do everything. For example, imagine you're sitting at your desk working hard and you finish your coffee and you toss the empty cup toward the trash can and it misses. It's sitting right there on the floor. Now here's the test. Do you get up, walk over, put it in the trash, or do you just kind of shrug your shoulders and say it's just a cup, leave it there? Because here's the truth. How you do the small things is exactly how you'll do the big things. If your bed is always unmade, perhaps your book is still unwritten. The way you do anything is the way you do everything. So if you're casual with the little things, the coffee cup, the unmade bed, running 5 minutes late, you'll be casual with the big things, your business, your dreams, your destiny. But if you discipline yourself to be excellent in the small, God can trust you with the great. Just like Luke 16:10 says, whoever is faithful with the little will also be faithful with much. Truth number 3, your friends are the forecast of your future. Show me your circle and I'll show you your ceiling. See, before he was a TV legend, Steve Harvey was living in his car, broke and nearly gave up. But it was a group of comedian friends, guys like Cedric the Entertainer and Bernie Mac, who kept him going. They believed in his talent when Steve doubted himself. They challenged him to stay in the game when he wanted to quit. Steve actually said, if I hadn't had people around me speaking life into me when I was down, I wouldn't be standing where I am today. Your friends are either your elevator or your anchor. So choose your inner circle wisely. Truth number 4, stack it before you lack it. What does that mean? Save money like your future depends on it, because it does. So a latte today is cute, but a paid off house tomorrow, even cuter. Okay, I wish I had learned this when I was 20, but I did finally learn it. And did you even know this story about Shaquille O'Neal? How he saved his entire first NBA check and lived only off the endorsement money? Now he's a business mogul, right? Think of saving money like preparing for your dream life. In fact, I think this is a great tip. Call your savings account something inspiring like my dream life, my perfect future, my future fun. See, your future wants to live in a dream house, not in regret. Okay, truth number 5. You don't owe everyone a TED Talk when you say no. I like that title, don't you? It's okay to say no to something without explaining. No is a complete sentence. Protect your dream. See, strong boundaries build strong empires. And when you say no to the wrong things, you say yes to your dreams. So say no to hanging out with negative, drama-filled people, so you can say yes to building powerful, faith-filled friendship. So a polite no today protects your big yes tomorrow. Truth number 6, nothing changes until you change. Dreaming is awesome, but dreaming without doing, that's just wishing. For example, your career goals. You keep dreaming about a promotion, but you're still doing the bare minimum at work. Start showing up early, volunteering for projects, dressing for the job you want, not the one you have, right? Suddenly leadership starts noticing. Or for example, in your health goals, you want to get fit, but you're still eating pizza at midnight. You swap the late night snacks for meal prepping and early morning workouts. Your body starts transforming. Or, your financial freedom. You keep wishing you had more money, but you're still impulse buying every time there's a big sale. So you create a budget, you automate your savings, you start tracking every dollar, and before long, your bank account reflects your new habits. Bottom line, you can't wish for a different life while acting like the same old person. Change isn't something that happens to you, it happens through you, right? Truth number 7, skip fast food for fast success. What does that mean? Skip a $20 fast food run today and buy a book instead. See, one fills your belly for an hour, the other fills your mind for a lifetime. And this is one I didn't start till I was about 33 years old. So imagine walking into a Barnes & Noble, buying a $30 book, and 5 years later realizing that book made you $30 million. Tony Robbins, who credits Think and Grow Rich with changing his whole mindset. What is that book worth? What is Tony Robbins worth today? See, successful people have large libraries. Unsuccessful people have large TVs. So if you're serious about success, about your vision, then get serious about wisdom. Truth number 8, be your biggest investor. Invest in yourself starting today. Courses, conferences, coaching. Because the sooner you grow you, the faster you'll grow your destiny. You get 20 years of someone's mistakes, wins, and secrets in 200 pages. Where else can you collapse decades into days, right? I think about Kobe Bryant. He wasn't just naturally great, he was obsessed with becoming better. Even though he was one of the best players in the world, he still hired personal coaches for everything: shooting, footwork, conditioning, even mindset coaches. He even called up NBA legends like Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon, asking for advice. He personally flew out to train with both of those guys, and it wasn't just basketball. I heard where he hired a retired Navy SEAL to just train his mental toughness. He took private lessons in business leadership. He even studied storytelling so he could become a master creator after retirement, which he did. And he won an Oscar for his film, Dear Basketball. So if you want different results, you have to make different moves. Invest in yourself. Hey dreamer, I just wanted to take a quick break to say thank you for tuning in today. And I want to share something I'm so excited about. If you're ready to take real steps towards your dreams, to build the habits, mindset, and daily consistency to create the life God's called you to, then you need to be a part of the Dream Squad. This is our monthly challenge group full of like-minded, faith-filled go-getters who are serious about creating the life they were designed to live. Now, inside the Dream Squad, you'll get access to live video calls, weekly challenges, a thriving, positive community, and the support you need to finally stay consistent and build the habits that lead to success. So if you're tired of going it alone, if you know it's time to surround yourself with people who will stretch you, support you, and cheer you on, come join us in the Dream Squad. We'll drop the link in the show notes or the description below, and I'd love to see your name pop up in the group. All right, let's jump back into today's message, and remember, your dreams are possible and they're worth fighting for. Truth number 9, own your zone. See, comparison kills confidence. You're not behind, you're on your own journey. Netflix wasn't worried about Blockbuster when it was shipping DVDs by mail. No, focus on innovating your way, even if no one gets it yet. See, eagles soar high because they don't hang out with pigeons, right? So stop comparing yourself to those not even called to fly where you're going. Truth number 10, don't just think it, ink it. Start writing your dreams down now. God's the one who says, write the vision, make it plain. Habakkuk 2:2. Now, I recently heard that Ed Sheeran, the global music superstar, used to sleep on friends' couches and play to tiny crowds of 2 or 3 people. But even back then, he was writing his dreams down in his journals. He once shared in an interview that he wrote down, "One day I will sell out Wembley Stadium." At the time, he didn't even have a record deal. He didn't have famous connections. He was a kid with messy hair, a guitar, and a dream he dared to put in writing. Fast forward, Ed Sheeran not only sold out Wembley Stadium, he sold it out 3 nights in a row. Over 240,000 people came to hear his music. And he said himself, writing it down made it real for me before it was ever real to anyone else. Okay, truth number 11, pay now, play later. Let me tell you about Danielle, a single mom with a full-time job and a big dream to start her own online business. But she had a problem, time. So Danielle decided to pay now, literally set her alarm for 5 o'clock every morning. Not to scroll, not to make pancakes, but to work on her dream. She called it her power hour. Before the kids woke up or emails started flooding in, she was writing blog posts, taking online courses, building her website, journaling her goals. Was it easy? No. Did she want to hit snooze? Every single day. But she said, I'd rather sweat at 5 a.m. than stress at 5 p.m. Fast forward 12 months, she launched her business, replaced her income, and now sets her own schedule. Why? Because she paid now so she can play later. So whether it's waking up early, tackling the hardest thing first, saying no to comfort so you can say yes to calling, the pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. So when you do what's hard first, life gets easier. When you do what's easy first, life gets harder. Again, I know we're covering a lot, so that's why I provided your free download to go with the podcast, 20 Truths I Wish I Knew in My 20s. So just click the link in the description, get this free motivational checklist of all 20 truths so you can track it, apply it, and live these principles in your own life. You got it? I think you're gonna love having this. Okay, truth number 12. I got creative with these titles. Pinky promise yourself. See, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's built one small promise at a time. Ed Milet says it like this: self-confidence is really the reputation you have with yourself. What kind of reputation? That you keep the promises you make to you. Let me say that again because it's so powerful. Self-confidence is the reputation you have with yourself. See, every time you tell yourself you're gonna do something, whether it's waking up early, working out, reading, saving money, or spending, 10 minutes on your dream, and you actually do it, you're stacking belief, you're building trust, you're saying, I show up for me. Now, on the flip side, every time you break a promise to yourself, even the little ones, it chips away at your confidence. You start second guessing, doubting, living in guilt or procrastination. And that's not how dream achievers live. So I want you to start treating your commitments to yourself like appointments you wouldn't dare miss. Like showing up for your dream is as serious as showing up for your job or even a friend. And you might start small, like, I'll read 5 pages today. I'll write in my dream journal. I'll get up when the alarm goes off. But guess what? Every time you follow through, it's like depositing confidence into your self-trust account. And the more you trust you, the more boldly you're gonna chase your dreams. Okay, truth number 13. Your words are your megaphone to the future. So shout what you want, not what you've got. Don't whisper defeat and expect victory. Don't speak lack and expect overflow. If you want to live it, you have to speak it. I think about how before Muhammad Ali ever stepped into the ring as the greatest, he said it. Constantly, over and over, he declared, I'm the greatest. Even when he wasn't ranked, wasn't wealthy, wasn't winning titles yet, people laughed, they thought he was cocky. But Ali was painting the life he wanted with his words. And guess what? He became exactly what he declared. His words framed his world, and his confidence followed his confession. Proverbs 18:21 says, death and life are in the power of the tongue, and those who love it will eat the fruit of it. So today, I want to challenge you. Start speaking on purpose with purpose, because what you say today shows up in your tomorrow. Okay, truth number 14. Sweat now, sparkle later. What does that mean? Your dreams need a body strong enough to carry them. Now, I remember reading about this woman who decided right in the middle of a life slump to just do one thing differently. She walked 10 minutes a day. Just 10 minutes. That one small promise became a big breakthrough. Over time, she started drinking more water, cutting sugar, journaling her progress. And guess what? Her energy skyrocketed. Her confidence came back. She started dressing like she loved herself again because she did. Just start with one loving decision today and let that become your momentum. Truth number 15. If it matters to you, it matters to God. Pray about everything. See, prayer isn't passive, it's power-packed strategy for the life you're building. Listen, before you chase the goal, take it to the one in control. I like that, don't you? See, God knows how to open doors no man can shut, and He wants to be invited into your plans. Proverbs 16:3 says, commit to the Lord whatever you do, and He will establish your plans. So whether it's launching a business, writing a book, or finally waking up at 5 a.m. to work on you, pray it, then slay it. See, God is your CEO. You've got divine backup. So schedule some time with God every day and watch how your prayer unlocks provision for your biggest goals. Before you chase the goal, take it to the one in control. You might want to put that in the comments. Okay, truth number 16. I have a little mess up here. You can't conquer what you keep postponing. Delay is the deadliest form of denial. Here's the truth. Procrastination delays your destiny. Every day you wait is a day you could have been making progress, gaining confidence, opening doors, and seeing momentum. Dreams don't just die, they drift away, one, I'll do it later at a time. Now, why is it so important to stop procrastinating? Because clarity comes through action. You don't have to know every step, just take the next one. So don't delay, start today. Truth number 17. If you want to grow faster, hire a master. Mentors don't just help with skills, they help you step into who you're becoming. They model confidence, clarity, and courage. Here's a quick example of mentorship. Serena Williams, I like this little prop, and Billie Jean King. Now, you already know Serena didn't just show up on the court to win matches. She came to make history. But even champions need coaches for their calling. And as Serena soared into superstardom, she didn't just rely on her natural talent or her dad's coaching, which was amazing. She looked for someone who'd been where she wanted to go, someone who could guide her through the pressure, the spotlight, the next level of her purpose. Because here's the truth. Champions don't rise alone. They rise with mentors who believe in their dream and sharpen their mindset. So if you want to go faster, hire a master. Truth number 10, pen it to win it. What does that mean? I love this giant push pen. Make a vision board. Having a vision board is powerful because it turns your invisible dreams into visible goals. When you can see your dreams daily, they stay top of mind. And what you focus on, you move towards. Now, here's why it's so important. A vision board trains your brain. See, your mind works like a GPS. When you give it a clear destination, your vision, it starts looking for ways to get there. Number 2, it keeps you motivated. Life gets busy, but when you see your dream car, your dream job, your dream home staring back at you each morning, it reminds you why you're working so hard. Number 3, it builds belief. See, what you look at every day becomes familiar, and familiar becomes believable, and belief is the fuel for action. Number 4, it gives clarity. If you don't know where you're going, you'll never know when you get there. Well, a vision board says, this is where I'm headed. And number 5, it activates faith. Writing the vision and making it plain is a biblical principle. Habakkuk 2:2. See, God can't bless a dream that's not even defined. So bottom line, a vision board isn't just arts and crafts. It's faith in action. It's your future in photo form. Okay, truth number 19. Live to give and watch your world shift. Be generous. You know, God never forgets seed sown. I read about a guy named Tyler. He was barely scraping by, but he felt this tug in his heart to give $20, not $100, $20 to a friend who was struggling worse than he was. That tiny stretch, you know what happened? Within 1 week, Tyler got a freelance gig he hadn't even applied for and doubled the money. That one act of generosity unlocked unexpected favor. See, open hands lead to open doors. It's so important to God that we give and live generously because giving reflects His nature. God is the ultimate giver. He gave us life, love, His Son. But it's also a spiritual law that He designed. You reap what you sow. So generosity isn't just about helping others, it positions you to receive more. Giving is what activates the blessing. God doesn't need your money, but He uses giving to increase you. Luke 6:38 says, give and it will be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. Okay, truth number 20. Ask God for big dreams. It's so important to ask God for what you want because He invites you boldly and specifically. In fact, James 4:2 says you have not because you ask not. But God also said, ask and you shall receive. See, God isn't annoyed by your request. He's honored by your faith. And when you ask, you're saying, God, I believe you're big enough, you're loving enough, you're willing enough to do this in my life. In fact, Miles Monroe said the Lord told him one time, ask me to do something that makes me look like God. So can you imagine learning all this in your 20s? It's not too late. It's never too late to start. So whether you're 20, you're 40, or 70, God is not finished with you yet. So today I want you to take one truth that stood out to you, just one, and start applying it, because small changes create big futures. Thank you so much for joining me. If this podcast blessed you, share it with a friend, get your download, and just remember, I am cheering you on to live your dreams.
Join us for the Icing Women's Conference live experience in Paris, France with terrisavellefoy. This is your time to grow in your relationship with God, gain the biblical tools you need to live your dreams, break free from limitations, and make 2025 your most extraordinary year yet. This conference is a dream terrisavellefoy has had for 15 years, and now it's finally happening. Join Terry and anointed guest speakers on June 27th to 28th for an unforgettable weekend that will inspire and empower you to step into your God-given purpose in the heart of Paris. Go to terry.com to register for the Icing Women's Conference today. Don't miss this dream come true event for faith-filled women ready to live their dreams. We can't wait to see you in Paris at Icing 2025.